Today, my conversation is with Tony Coffey. Tony is a British composer, musician, and retired music teacher known for his work in musical theater and his advocacy for Parkinson's disease awareness. Tony spent over 21 years directing and writing music for the Landau Fort Youth Theatre in Derby, and he has also written music for both amateur and professional theater. In recent years, Tony has focused on recording original music that explores his personal experiences with Parkinson's disease. These include 3 albums: Out of My Head from 2018, On My Mind from 2021, and his latest project, Mind Your Head. Tony's music is eclectic and full of life and character, and I look forward very much to this conversation. It's so nice to meet you.
Yes, well, it's been what a wonderful pleasure it was to receive your message saying all those wonderful things. And I'm always up for a little bit of, support, one way or the other. Sometimes to me, sometimes
I have enjoyed, since discovering your music, I have enjoyed listening to your albums, and I just find your depth of knowledge of different styles to be unbelievable. Like, you are all over it.
Yeah. I do enjoy that aspect of it, and I was unsure of that second album being such a diverse mix that it'll lose an audience because it doesn't know where they are. And they won't want to be seen playing some of those tracks. But I think, this one is a bit more centered, but no less incisive.
Well, I'd love to just talk a little bit first about your story. So you were the director of a youth theater,
Yeah,
and a music teacher for many years. Yes.
many years. You're absolutely right. In fact, we used to combine the arts with dance, music, and drama and physical theatre and various styles of dance, and try and create those contemporary sort of pieces that have something to say, and it hasn't been said before, or at least put that way before. No.
So now, when you retired, had you been diagnosed with Parkinson's? In other words, did you teach for a period of time, or
I did, yeah.
yeah? When were your first symptoms of Parkinson's?
Well, surprisingly, um, it was the shower room, and then at the same time, your left arm, left hand. It felt a little bit tender or asleep in there. So yeah, I thought that's when I looked at, and all the doctors told me, well, it's fine. And then you go to a specialist, and he'll say, oh no, you're Parkinson's disease. And he was as blunt as that with me, and yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, a bit of a shock. But it's been 16 years ago, would you believe?
Wow. So before you retired, you had not done any of your own solo music. This is all something that
Well,
you.
I had, being a director of studies for the arts, I had to provide stuff at a much faster rate. I mean, we did other people's music, of course, the children's music, but we tried to make it contemporary and original, and that takes time, and so I didn't have much time for composition. Although I did do some scores for some various corporate videos, and
Interesting.
also
So you are a pianist. Are you still playing piano? Are you able
I
to?
am.
Yeah. So
Um,
do you compose at the piano?
I compose at the piano. I also compose. I usually do sketch tapes.
I notice on all of your albums, they're so well produced and quite well what I would call orchestrated. The different instruments and the different participants and do you conceive when you're writing the piece? Do you conceive all of that complexity, or how does that all come together?
Yes, once I've got the actual riffs inside the style, those two features together, so it's a sort of like this image. Once there's a place for everything, and it has a function. You can put it in if it's not necessary, don't use it. But if it is, if you feel it crystallises your thoughts about some particular aspects of whatever it is you're working on, then work it in. Working counter melodies and counterpoint is where the fun is. It's when you start really enjoying it.
When you're in the process of this creative process of composing and do you think of the lyrics first? Your lyrics are just they're all gems.
Sometimes it comes together as a unit.
Tony, Tony, on your own, sitting by the sea. Though you cannot move your hand, I'll hold it next to me. Can you feel my heart? It missed a beat or two or three. Tony, Tony, on your own, please come back to me.
Anyway, this is an example of it's almost childish. It's almost a nursery rhyme, but it does lend itself to getting across that feeling of lost vitality or whatever.
So I would love to explore with you, first of all, what are the obstacles that you deal with Parkinson's?
Well, different categories really. There's the movement, there's the confidence, and then there's the actual symptoms themselves. If you're agile and you stay, I haven't been having half as much exercise in the last few weeks because one reason or another, and I've really suffered for it. No, that's not the right word, but it's been uncomfortable. Balance, it can be a real issue. I fell over last year, just a year before. Fell over and broke a hip. Had to have a hip replaced, and it was. I realised then that Parkinson's was lethal. It was relentless in its pursuit of me. I find trouble with panic attacks, which is a feature that started about 3 years ago, and it got gradually worse. I'm at a very tricky age and process. 16 years is a long time to have Parkinson's. And, I'm trying to be very positive about it.
When you are in that creative process, do you feel any positive effect on your symptoms at all
Yeah.
from the creative process
Oh,
of music
God.
making?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. This is why I'm here, because it is something quite special. I suppose it's a bit like getting adrenaline. It always provides me with a zumph to get motivated and mojoed up again.
And do you listen to your music
Oh,
after
yeah.
it's been produced? And
Yes, I do.
do you get also a benefit from listening to your music?
Yes, it's an interesting thing because you can forget that you wrote it, and you follow it. If I could bring these two together and create an album, so I did. And well, I've done one. I'll do two. So I'm doing two. The first one's out your head, out my head. Second one is on my mind. No, yeah, yes, I think so. The third one is going to be mind your head.
Your third album has not been released yet? Third
No, it
one?
hasn't been released. It was COVID actually, and same time I did the hip, COVID was in full swing, and it was pretty difficult to get things in form of treatment and rehab going until Well, last year, really. It's important. It says something about the power of music to rehabilitate. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Can music actually heal? Can it take you from unwellness to wellness? I mean, most people call it a miracle, but I think there's some room for improvement with my attitude. But generally speaking, I'm being lucky. Really lucky. So yeah, just lying down or sitting down and listening to one of the songs which have great depth for me and seem to be even perpetrated somewhere else. You know, seem to be a gift. You know, and people composers talk about that gift or that special magic that might appear, and it is actually special magic. It does heal the soul and the body, and it's in the Bible and it's various other places, and so I thought I'll go along with it and assume that it's true. Well, I don't spend an awful long time on about listening to my own music, but I do, and it's important. It's revisiting and it's redistributing, you know, and it tells you a little bit about yourself. So I'm talking very quietly. I realise that that's one of the features of Parkinson's as well, but you'll know that. Tell me, what's your dread? What are you pleased about?
So unpredictable. And yet, as a college professor and conductor at a university, my schedule is really set and concrete. I can't move my schedule. So I have to rehearse at 3:30 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no matter how I feel. And
that's you hit the nail on the head for me. I'll share that one with you. It's very, very difficult.
well, let me ask you. I always finish my conversations by asking this same question: is that if and when you have an opportunity to speak with somebody who may have just received their diagnosis of Parkinson's and are just beginning this journey, what words of wisdom or advice might you give them?
You still have more control over your own life, over your own body, and over its destiny than you may believe, because Parkinson's has a nasty knack of knowing exactly what's wrong with you, and before you do, and it seems to creep in there and make things worse, especially your peace of mind and your consciousness of awareness of the world around you, and seeing the bigger picture, the glory of this lonely little planet in this blackness. You know, start thinking in terms of that. I scare yourself on it, but it's the message is definitely take control, because there are plenty of opportunities for you to drive your own destiny wagon.
Well, thank you so much for sharing some time with me. It's just been such a wonderful opportunity to meet you in person, and I just enjoy your music, and I hope that that I can help spread your music here in the United States for sure.